In this video, I'm going to show you the exact local ad strategy that I'm using for a local coffee shop to bring them the most possible business for the least amount of spend. I'm going to show you the exact ad creatives I'm using. I'm going to show you the exact targeting that I use. I'm going to show you start to finish how to run these ads. Now, if you've ever run ads before, you know that tracking the results can sometimes be difficult. So in this scenario, tracking the results for the coffee shop is going to look a little bit different. Bringing people into the coffee shop and tracking when they go and make purchases is going to be a little bit tough because I'm starting by running a digital ad and bringing an offline event or conversion, aka someone walking into the coffee shop and buying a coffee. So what I'm going to do to try and track this result to the best of my abilities is I'm going to take the past 7 years of growth in October for this coffee shop. I'm going to be running these ads for the entire month of October. I'm going to compare the sales of October over the last 7 years and the growth that they've had. And then I'm going to compare this October to the growth from the past 7 Octobers. So our goal is to beat the average growth over the last 7 years in this month of October. So let's go ahead and dive into my computer right now. And I'm going to show you the start to finish of running these ads, the settings that I choose and why I choose them. So I'm going to go to create. And I'm going to choose a traffic campaign and I'm going to optimize for profile visits. Now, the reason that I'm doing this is because sometimes people see an ad and then they forget. But if they see the ad, they follow the page and they're constantly hit by the organic content of the page. Now they're in the ecosystem of the coffee shop. So they might not walk in this month, but maybe they walk in next month or the month after because they see enough organic content. So I'm going to click on a traffic campaign. I'm going to say continue. I'm going to go with manual. And then I'm just going to call this campaign new follower campaign. This name isn't super important. I'm not going to change any other settings here. I'm going to go next, and then I'm going to call this Miami area. Now, the destination of the conversion that I'm looking to have in this case, because I'm not optimizing for an online conversion, I'm optimizing for an offline conversion. And with coffee being such a cheap and massive TAM, I'm not necessarily optimizing for a sale right away because I couldn't even track that effectively. So I'm pushing people to the Instagram profile, and from here, I'm pushing people to their Instagram because that's predominantly where they're active and where they post. The budget for this, I'm just going to set it to $10 a day. What I've noticed is with a $10 a day spend for a campaign like this, we're hitting a CPM or cost per 1,000 views of about $10. So this means that we're going to be reaching roughly 1,000 people locally per day, which is pretty powerful. Now, when it comes to the location control of this is going to be in the United States, but I'm actually going to put in the cafe. See if it pops up here. Miami, Sweet Havana Cafe. Let's actually see. Okay, so perfect. This is exactly where the cafe is. I'm gonna run 2 different location targeting. So I'm gonna run a larger radius of a 5-mile radius, and I'll probably run something like a 2 to 3 mile radius. So I'm not like hitting the beach. So I'm gonna run with this radius right here. So we're actually hitting Brickell, we're hitting downtown, we're hitting Wynwood, we're hitting a little bit north, Design District and above, and then a little bit more inland as well. So I'm going to start with this location right here. I'm going to leave Advantage Plus Audience to broad targeting because ultimately, so long as I give enough context in the creative, then Facebook's going to know exactly who to target. And also the result is people following the page. So if people are following the page that are interested in it, then Facebook's going to optimize for more people like that. Now, placements, this is important. I'm going to go to manual selection here, and I'm going to deselect Facebook because if someone clicks on the call to action of the ad, then it brings them over cross-platform to Instagram, and I don't want that. Now we're going to go ahead and go next. We'll call this review ad 1. You'll see why I call it review ad. And then we're going to go ahead and set up the creative. I'm going to do an image ad. I'm going to upload this creative right here. This will be the first creative. And now what I'm going to do right here is I'm actually going to go to their website. So Sweet Havana Cafe. I'm just going to do something very simple. And I'm going to head over to Claude, scan this website, and create primary text for Facebook ads, include the address. Okay, now the reason that I'm doing this is because I want to pull the context from their website, because when I'm adding this in the primary text, Facebook is also going to use this when it comes to their demographical targeting as context for the A Advantage audience or the Advantage Plus audience in order to go and target. So by me adding this website, it's going to return a couple different options, as you can see. Very solid. Experience authentic Cuban coffee in Wynwood, including indulge in specialty Cuban coffee rooted in tradition, from perfect cortados to creamy cafe con leche. Every cup is crafted with love using freshly roasted beans. Pair with our famous pastelitos, Spanish is off, or Cubano is off, whatever. And empanadas for the ultimate Cuban experience. We have the address, we have the hours, earth-friendly, vegan options available. They do advertise that, so I am going to keep that. And we have 3, 4, 5 different options right here. So we are going to pull this, and we'll head over here. We'll put this primary option in right there, and then we'll just space this out a little bit as well. There we go. We'll add another text option, and like, these are all very good. Now I'm not going to include the phone number right there. I'm just going to include this, and then I'm going to keep that there. So we'll add this in here. And we are good there. So we're going to say done. We do not want to add music. Usually whenever it comes to Facebook, adding music, they are horrible at this, so I would make sure that you don't have that on. So now what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to duplicate this and then use a different creative. So we're going to change the media, and then I'm going to upload another one. So I'll just upload this, continue. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to duplicate this ad set right here. And this is going to be Miami follower ad set, and then this one will be like 7 mile, whereas this one literally is 3 mile. And I might even do a 1 mile. I'm just going to read the data and make decisions from there. So right here you can see 3 miles from Suyabana, and then to this one we will do maybe more like 7 miles, which you can see is a lot bigger. We get most of Miami Beach, some of Key Biscayne. So then what we're going to do is we're just literally going to select all these ads, and then we are going to go live from here. So we'll publish these. There we go. Now we have the new follower campaign. We're optimizing for Instagram profile visits, which is good, so we can push people into the organic ecosystem to continue being hit again and again. We have the 3 mile area, and we have the 7 mile area, and then we have the 4 ads within each in that area. These are essentially acting as like digital billboards for the coffee shop, where Facebook is going to go target the right people and not waste the reach. So that's start to finish running ads for a local business. I didn't want to dox myself and share these creatives with the whole world, which is why I blurred them in the video. If you want to see the exact creatives I used, an explanation of why I used them, and the final campaign results, click the link below this video and I'll text you everything for free. Drop a comment below on what you want to see next, and I'll catch you in the next video.